Okay, hello everybody. My name is Colossus Slayer, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Origins. In the last video, we got to Lothering and we were talking to Liliana. So let's keep talking to her.
Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind?
Okay, where were we again? See, yeah, that.
Of course I do.
Okay.
I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Okay, do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one. Told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Oh, okay. See, what'll creep her out more? Flemeth, see, I met a Flemeth in the Kokari Wilds.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
She didn't really introduce herself like that, but I guess.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Okay, tell me the whole story.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing she practiced her art. And then one day a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
The plot thickens, okay.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chasing men, and with their help begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Okay, tell me about Darkspawn.
Chantry lore says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin, and it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Uh-huh. Okay. Hmm. Alright, there was another story I wanted to
Which one?
hear. Um. Oh, okay. Mm, okay, do you know anything about the Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in a land of their own.
Okay, it didn't last.
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a wholly exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
Mm. Okay, so basically, if you don't put a chantry in your city and you don't worship this game's maker, then the chantry people kill you. Yeah, that's great. Yay. Hey, what do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen. The Maker had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Hmm. Okay, how did Andraste die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly husband, Mathrath, a chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own.
Ah.
She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Mathrath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Mathrath made a pact with the Archon Hysterian of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Imrathus, the capital of Tevinter.
Hmm. Okay, I got two questions. Let's see. But Tevinter has a chantry, doesn't it?
The Tevinter chantry claims that in Andraste's last moments Asarian's heart softened, and he heard the voice of the Maker telling him to end her suffering. He plunged his sword into her heart, and as her blood washed over his hands, he became one of the faithful. Dissenters said that the Archon only converted because he could not stem the tide of Andraste's cult, and was forced to do so to stay in power. We will never know for sure.
Okay. And ask this one again and ask the other
Andraste brought the
question.
Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Andraste is dead.
Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
Okay, why did the Maker not save her with his power?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Okay, let's move on. 2 proof plus 4, alright. Okay, save. Okay, finally done with all of the questions. About time, that took a long time to do. Okay, bandits. Alright, I kill you.
On it. As you wish. That should be easy enough. On it. It's a doctor! That should be easy enough.
Okay. Did they drop anything? Yep, they did. Dropped something. Okay. Distinctive landmark. Okay. Death root. There's elf root over here. Lothering. Beast egg. Okay. Let's go over here. There just had to be giant spiders in this game, didn't there? I hate spiders. They creep me out. Ugh.
Let's get some. Let's get some. This should be easy enough.
Toxin extract. As one would expect, extracted venom from various creatures often makes potent poisons. Okay, can I get like some of their fangs or something? Nope, can't go in there. Alright. Ugh, creepy. Okay, well, let's go over here. Okay, there's something over here.
Mere animals. Nothing more.
Oh, Mabari. Another one.
Right.
Alright.
As you wish. Let's get some.
Bandit leader. Okay. killed him before I could get to him. Really? My inventory's full. And I'll get rid of that, get rid of that. Rid of that. Oh, you have a lot of stuff on you. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Equip that. This to you. That to you. Have you wear the stupid helmet on your head? Hmm. Okay.
Now, I could do that for you. Just like you wanted.
Okay. Oh wait, leveled up. Whoops. Oh, I get to pick a thing. Alright. Let's see. Let's see. Champion, 2 willpower, 1 cunning, Templar, 2 magic, 3 mental resistance, Berserker, 2 strength, 10 health. Sounds pretty good. Reaver, 1 constitution, 5 physical resistance. Ooh, 5 physical resistance or 10 bonus health. Hmm. I'll do this one. Berserker. Okay, can't get any more of these. I don't want to get these yet. So, let's do Berserk. The stench of blood and death drives the Berserker into a willing frenzy, providing a bonus to damage, rages incur a penalty to stamina regeneration. However, which constant constraint reduces resilience, adds a bonus to health regeneration in this mode. Oh, okay, so I gotta get the next one to get the the bonus health regeneration. Constraint, stamina regeneration, which constraint reduces. Okay. Okay, save that. Okay, let's get this Alfred first. Okay, more enemies. Yay. Oh, I'm still leveled up now. Come here.
You should run like that.
Okay, he froze me for
This should be easy enough.
somehow. Okay, they're all dead? Yeah, okay. I don't think that the Mabaris ever drop anything, which kind of sucks. Okay, let's level up Alistair. Put you there, and alright. Have you get precise striking as well, so you'll be caught up with me. Well, kind of caught up with me anyway. Okay. Ooh. Hmm. That doesn't look good. I'm gonna save real quick. Okay.
Time is wasting time. Let's get on it.
I don't know why that deactivated again. Okay.
Do this, do that.
Okay. I don't know why I just saved again. It's a habit, I guess. Okay. Who are you
I
people?
heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalan, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies.
Oh,
Attack!
really?
Enemies approaching.
Really? I'm getting attacked by the townspeople now. Really?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Let's get started. On it.
Oh, there's another one. Okay. Alfred. Another chest. See if this will do anything. Okay. Well, I got attacked by villagers. That kind of sucks. Okay. Ooh, there's a more elf fruit over here. Okay, I'm gonna get this. Okay, got that. I got that? Yeah, I did. Okay. Ooh, dark spawn.
Someone help us!
Yeah, okay, there's our dark spawn. Alright. Ah, Alistair likes to kill things. That's good. A death turret extract. I don't need that. Blood mage. Sealed letter. Malfakarum regrets. Alright.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
Okay. How obliged exactly?
You want a reward, eh? I suppose that's an entirely reasonable request. How does 100 silver sound? I was going to use that to fix up the car, but quite frankly, I'll be grateful enough that my son and I come out of this with our heads.
Yet you have a whole cart full of goods. Give me them.
Unsold goods, I'll point out. Though you've a fair point.
Give me.
There's 200 silver. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
That's a weird name for a kid. Sandal. Okay. Let's see. I doubt you want to travel with the Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens?
Yep.
My, that does rather explain a lot. No offence, but I suspect there's more excitement on your part than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Okay. I'm just gonna steal from your crate. Really? Okay, I gotta do some inventory stuff. Then get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, that should be good.
We'll be off.
Get the crate. Thank you. Small carved statue. Small carving of a robed woman. Okay.
As soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
Yeah, okay. Do you have anything to say?
Hello.
Okay, say hello. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Okay. Wait a minute, can I? Okay, get rid of that. Okay, I'm gonna save. And okay, can't give gifts to myself. Kind of sucks. And Maybe give the statue to Alistair? Maybe?
I could get used to this, you know.
Oh, okay, so he likes statues, alright. Okay. Let's continue forward. And. Oh, okay, this again. Alright. There's that creepy dragon again. I don't like that.
Bad dreams.
Mm, Why are you bothering me? I'm fine.
It's just that you were shouting in your sleep, loud,
Uh-oh.
and not in a good, this is private way either.
Uh-oh.
You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde. We feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight.
Okay. I can hear that dog annoying me and barking, so. Alright, why didn't. Wait. Okay, I'm guessing that Archdemon is the dragon, so. Why didn't Duncan just tell everyone that?
He did. He
Hmm?
said he felt the Archdemon's presence. Everyone just assumed he was guessing. It
Oh.
takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too.
Okay. Yeah, any other surprises I should know about?
Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Oh, that sucks. Enchantment. Soldier's Peak. King's Confident. Or Confid. Why is Alistair disapproving? What'd I do? What'd I do to make him angry? Okay. Alistair's mad at me about something. I don't know what the reason is. But, alright. Let's see, he approved plus 10 and he just approved plus minus 5, so I got 5 out of that. Alright. Okay, hello, doggy.
Oh, why, you little...
Oh. Okay. Are you harassing my dog?
Me? Harassing your dog? I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look.
Oh. Hmm. It was just a warning. He could have taken a hand off.
Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Okay.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh, poor puppy. Um, I'd never feed you another human. Well, it's probably false. Don't listen to Alistair. He's full of rubbish.
Hey,
Oh, you are. Okay.
Oh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Okay. Okay, it's the filthy currency means, well, I'm not gonna say that because that's probably gonna get me set on fire, so I'm not gonna say that. Or that. Hmm. Let's say this one.
Maybe, but that is not the point. Dirty Mungle can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
You heard the lady. Let's agree with her.
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Okay, that was mean. I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Okay, is there any... Yep, there's something else. Okay. Okay, what is all this rank? What's then? I'm gonna back away slowly out of this. That's creepy. Hellhound digs furiously in the ground at your feet. Okay, trying to find a way through the earth, are we? Okay, goes back to digging. Alright. It's going to take some time, you know. Continues digging. Okay. Well, good luck with that then. Let's see, keep. Okay. Have fun. Pet him. Okay. Okay, done with that. Yeah, I need to check something. Oh, I can access all of them now that I'm in the camp. Alright, that's good to know. Let's see. 12, 11, 10. Give you that one. Open community. Okay. Okay, so. Rid of the rest of you. Let's see what this looks like. Oh. Okay, so this is health. I don't need that, because I'm not gonna use that for anything. Okay, I need a helmet. Do I have a helmet for anybody? Uh, hmm. Apprentice cows, but I'm not gonna put those on. Okay, I guess I don't have a helmet for anybody. Party camp enchantment. Both Dan and Sandal, the two dwarfs from outside of Lothering, seem to have pulled the wagon to the outskirts of camp. You should talk to them both to see what services they can offer. I think they sell you stuff. Okay, downloadable content. Feast Day Prank. Oh yeah, I bought that. Alright, bought that one. Go to party camp. Soldier's Peak. The last time you traveled the open road, you caught a glimpse of a merchant in the distance. He appears to be following you. If you set up camp, he might be able to catch up to you. Okay. King's Confidant. Journey to Ban Loren's lands. There are rumors that a fellow survivor of Ostagar has escaped the prisons of Ban Loren and is seeking the aid of the Grey Wardens. The band's lands lie in the northwest reaches of the Ban Noren. I don't know if I said that right. Oh well. The escaped prisoner is likely taken refuge in the deep woods of the estate. Okay, so these are all downloadable content and stuff, extra stuff. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one at the last possible moment in the game. Alright. Journey to Sculpture's Pass, where a troubled merchant waits with a deal that may be too good to be true. Alright, I'm gonna do that one, I guess. Let's see. Sculpture's Pass, Feast Day Gifts, Feast Day Pranks. Okay, these two sound pretty big, so I'm gonna wait to do these at the last second before I think there's a final boss in this game, so I'm gonna wait to do these last. See if I can do these in the meantime. Maybe that one, Blight. Seek out Arl Eamon. I also thinks you should seek the help of Eamon Guren, the Earl of Redcliffe. Arl Eamon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeek. Alistair believes that he will certainly aid you once he learns about Logain's betrayal. Okay, paragon of her kind. Gain Orzamar's aid in battling the Blight. You need to travel deep underground to the fabled dwarven city of Orzamar to earn the trust of her king and dwarven troops for your army. Okay. Nature of the beast. Gain the cooperation of the Dalish elves, or of the Dalish clans. Wandering Danish elves have brought together a force to be reckoned with. While they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honor the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Danish elves and seek their help to fight the Blight. Alright, Broken Circle. Gather the mages of the circle for your army. The Circle of Magi is a group of powerful mages. If you enlist their help, they will prove formidable against the Darkspawn. The Circle Tower is situated on Lake Calenhab. Alright, okay, can I select, alright, okay, there we go. I'm just gonna see what, Oh god, there are a lot of stuff I need to do. Wow. Okay. Uh, I'll talk to you real quick.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader?
Uh, okay, somehow I know this. Dryden's a black name. Your family lost its land and titles.
But Tan Kuzlin's son should be well aware that in politics things are seldom as they seem. Say what you will of my family, we are ardent Warden supporters and have been since the beginning. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's, well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on, his pledge fulfilled.
Okay. How did you know Duncan?
It's a bit of a tale, that is. But I'm the one who brought the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden. I
Oh.
was one of the ones. There were a lot of us.
Hmm.
Breath, I'm a bit nervous.
Okay.
I wanted to be here, really.
You're honored to be in a camp? Okay. Uh okay, go ahead and tell your tale.
After King Marek freed us from the Orlesians, the Grey Wardens begged the King's permission to come into Ferelden, some sort of internal business. Me and a mess of other Warden sympathisers spoke on behalf of your order. Tan Loghain was very much against letting Orlesian Wardens in the kingdom. But Marek, Andraste, bless him, was a fair-minded monarch and he let them in.
That's good. Go on, I'm listening.
So that's why I was there when the Wardens and their leader, Genevieve, presented herself to the king. The first Wardens in Ferelden in over a century. Proudest day of my life, that was. Duncan was a bit of a scamp back then. We were of an age and struck up a friendship. The king himself went with the Wardens on their mysterious business. When he returned, he rescinded King Ardland's decree, and the Wardens came back to Ferelden for good.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Duncan was always an easy man to like. Why are the wardens cast out by... Okay, Ireland. Marek rescinded the decree just... Okay. What pro... no. Marek rescinded the decree just like that?
Marek was a bit of a visionary, a powerful mind, that one.
Oh.
In his travels with the Wardens, he must have seen how important their cause was, and been moved by it.
Okay. What promise? No. Duncan was an easy man to like. Well, no, I doubt that's the full story.
There was some talk at court that he did it to improve relations with Orzammar. That might have factored into it. But make no mistake, King Marek was a giant among men.
Okay. Duncan was an easy man to like.
That he was.
I didn't like him that much. Okay, I thank you for your part in bringing the wardens here.
Oh, his stomach's all aflutter. You're welcome.
Okay, what promise did Duncan make to you?
Well, as you know, my family's name is mud around noble circles. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last warden commander of Ferelden back when the wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Ardland banished the wardens and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Okay, what happened next?
Hard to say. After King Ardland died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one. And our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Dryden's are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride.
Okay, I'm surprised you kept your name.
Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the blight. We're not ashamed of that.
Okay, so what favor did you ask of Duncan?
Ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It
Oh,
won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honour.
okay, so this is part of the DLC thing. Okay, I shouldn't be talking to you now. Alright, I've never even heard of Soldier's Peak.
Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Ireland's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honour.
Okay, how will reclaiming the peak help the Wardens?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. I
Oh,
also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
hmm, okay, why didn't Duncan help you?
Darkspawn surfaced in southern Ferelden, and Duncan got plenty busy recruiting new wardens and meeting with good King Caelan.
Oh,
Duncan said he would help after the Battle of Ostagar. Said there might be useful things at the peak, but he never had the chance.
okay. What do you need from me?
I can pick my way through the tunnels at the base of Soldier's Peak, but the place, well, they say it's haunted, and it'll be dangerous for certain. Will you think on it at least?
Okay, so you're scared of going up there by yourself. Alright. Your family's faith will be rewarded. I will help you.
1,000 blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Okay, history of the Dryden, Sophia Dryden. Okay, that's updated.
It's good to see you, my timely
Okay, quest
rescuer.
updated.
Bodon Fett, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Ah, okay. So they stay, I get a shop and a discount. That's cool. Okay, so now the Soldier's Peak thing is ready for when I do that. Uh, what are you selling exactly?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
have you been following us?
I can see why you might be suspicious, being the Grey Warden and all. Were I in your shoes, I would feel the same way. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
Hmm. Okay, you're free to stay and just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Okay, quest. Oh, that's the same thing. Alright,
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
okay. Okay, so what's your story exactly?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open.
Yeah.
I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too, merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things, the nobles love. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Lost glory?
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thanos, from majestic Orzammar to Kal Sharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old tides fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here. Well, one day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Ah. Okay, and did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I've been paying these costly slugs to venture out into the deep roads for.
Oh.
The lost tides. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Ah, okay. Well, better to do something with them than leave them to rot, I guess.
That's exactly how I see it. The noble woman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me. I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Okay, you're quite lucky to have done so well.
I thank the stone every single day. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Um, you didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be.
Oh.
Sandal here, I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Ah, okay. Okay, so you got a free helper.
Better than him living in mud and hiding from Darkspawn and Deep Stalkers, isn't it? I was glad to take him in. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how. Enchantment. Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Okay. Okay, where do these goods come from? Not the deep roads.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the lost tides, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
Okay, no need to get angry. I'm just asking a question. Okay, what do you mean?
People flee from the blight with good reason, but they forget things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Okay, I suppose it's better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Okay. Have you heard any rumors?
I hear tell they held a funeral in Denham for King Key. The Grand Cleric called for a full day of mourning, and there was a procession a mile long passing by the plaza. It's too bad they don't have a body to properly burn. What happened to him at the hands of those creatures, it's unthinkable. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay. Have you heard any other rumors?
I heard from some travellers that something bad might have happened in Redcliffe, overrun by darkspawn, maybe. There's no word from the village at all. A merchant friend of mine said he encountered someone fleeing the place and there was nothing waiting for him there but death. He wisely turned around and came right back. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Your hand is phasing through your arm, dude. That's weird. Okay, have you heard any other rumors?
I hear that Lothering, the regent, is calling for new levies of troops. He wants to rebuild the army we lost at Astagar. Thing is, there's not a lot of spare men to be found. Out of Dragon's Peak, there's press gangs roaming around, grabbing any free man they can lay their hands on. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay, again.
Thank the Maker we didn't lose Lothering at Ostagar. He pulled his troops out just in time, so it said. Without him, we'd be lost. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. I hear the Dwarven King has passed on.
Oh,
Old as he was probably poisoned or assassinated. That's how the dwarves normally go out, isn't it? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's knights from Redcliffe spread all over Ferelden on some kind of mission, but I hear that they're starting to become rare to find. Maybe they all went back to Redcliffe. More likely they got tired of searching for something that can't be found and abandoned their search. I wonder what Earl Eamon is going to do without any knights. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Something's going on at the Major's Tower at Lake Cullenheim. Nobody knows exactly what, though, and the Templars aren't saying. Exactly what we need, isn't it? Let's hope the Majors are just cooking up something to deal with the Darkspawn. Somebody should be, after all. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I hear from folks travelling the East Roads that there's werewolves in the Brazilian forest. Actual werewolves. They haven't been around since the days of Dane and his ilk. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Some hunters who range into the Brazilian forest say that a Dalish clan there has fallen to some kind of sickness. The blight, most likely, poor sods. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. With King Caelan dead, the throne falls to Queen Honora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Caelan's father, old King Merrick, would have approved. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I hear news from Denham that Lothering has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Our old Urian wasn't truly killed at Ostagar. His son, Lord Von, hired Antivan crows to kill his father before he ever reached the battlefield, only to first be killed by a mob of elves himself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's talk that King Caelan was cheating on the queen and she found out about it. That's why Lothering abandoned Caelan at Ostagar. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay, is this guy just gonna keep on coming up with new rumors, or is he gonna eventually run out? I'm gonna see if he runs out or not.
Some folks aren't happy about Lothering being named regent. There are rumours he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Lothering couldn't save the king from that end, then nobody could. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's a nasty rumour going around that the Grey Wardens are evil and that they worship the Archdemon. They're the ones that cause the blood. They were getting upset, see, that there was no use for them anymore, so they summoned up the Archdemon to do their bidding. It would explain a great many things. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I heard a strange rumour the other day. King Caelan was not really Merrick's son, you see. Merrick's real son is hidden in the bowels of Denham's palace and has been since he was born. I suppose they feed him cakes all day to keep him content. Maybe he's simple. Or a mage. Merrick's real son, a mage. Can you imagine? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay, hopefully this guy runs out of rumors pretty quick. So I'm gonna have to end the episode pretty soon if he doesn't.
Abram,
Holy
daughter
crap,
of
come
Carl
on,
of
dude.
Southreach, has spent an exorbitant amount of her father's coin buying puppies. No one knows what happens to the puppies, and she buys a new one every week. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Oh, okay. Real quick, okay, enchantments still. Levy offered to take you through the maze of tunnels that led to the old Grey Warden base and Soldier's Peak. He wishes to uncover proof that his ancestor, Sophia Dryden, was the hero his family always thought she was. Okay. Save. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, and all that good stuff. And in the next video, we will get done with some quests and continue playing the game. This is pretty fun. Okay. See you guys in the next video. Bye.